Hi and welcome to the MALAT Cookery channel. Today we're going to be making classic American style beef burgers, just like you'd find in the fast food restaurants over in the USA. And we're going to be using the MALAT American Hamburger Seasoning. As usual, full list of ingredients are given at the end of the video. So the first thing we need to do is let's have a look at what those ingredients are. Okay, so the ingredients that we're going to need for these fabulous American style beef burgers is 500 grams of ground beef or mincemeat, 10 grams of the MALAT American Hamburger Seasoning. We're going to need 20 grams of savoury crackers or savoury biscuits. These are the type that you would serve with cheese. What we're going to do with these savoury crackers is we're going to place them in a bag, use a rolling pin and grind them down to a fine crumb. We've got one medium free range egg, and to that I've added 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and 1 tablespoon of semi-skimmed milk. That's going to be whisked obviously before we place that into the mix. Okay, so first thing we want to do then is prepare the savoury crackers. We place those into a bag, start to break them down, and then just use a rolling pin and just break these down. And what we need to do is make sure that the crumb size is even. So take a little bit of time while you're doing this. A couple of minutes should be enough. Okay, so that's the savoury crackers broken down into a nice even fine crumb. The next thing we want to do is just to mix everything together. So into the mix, into the ground beef, I want to add those crushed savoury crackers. The MALAT American Hamburger Seasoning, and the medium egg, extra virgin olive oil and milk. And then just get stuck in. Okay, so that's everything all mixed in now. Next thing we want to do is we want to measure how much we have here. This will do about 6 decent burgers. It's very important that we make sure that we get the portion size correct. We just measure that. That's giving us 600 grams. So 100 grams each for each of the burgers. Okay, that's one. And just continue to do this until you've got all 6 burgers done. Okay, so that's all 6 burgers measured out. The next thing we want to do is we want to actually shape the burgers. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so this is a really good tip on how to shape the burgers and keep them nice and fresh in the fridge if you haven't got an actual burger press. So we take a piece of food wrap or cling film, about that size. And then we take one of the measured balls of burger mix. Just make sure it's nice and compacted together, and we place that into the centre of the food wrap, and then gather all the food wrap up, or the cling film, into a parcel, and then with the heel of my hand I'm just going to start to press down to shape the burger. Okay, and just keep going until you've got the thickness that you require. And as you can see, the cling film actually holds the burger shape very nicely, and it'll also keep it nice and moist as well while it's sat in the fridge. So that's one of the burgers shaped. Before I actually place this onto the plate, the next thing I want to do is just take my thumb and just press into the centre to create a dimple. And the reason for that is when we do cook these burgers, because of that dimple in the centre, it's actually going to cook evenly all the way through, and that dimple will actually disappear. So we just want to carry on doing that until all the burgers have actually been shaped. Okay, so this is the last one. Thumb into the centre, and that's it. So these will now go into the fridge to rest for about half an hour, get them nice and chilled before we cook them, and that will help the actual meat to stay together. So into the fridge for half an hour, then we'll come back and I'll show you how to actually fry them off. Okay, so these burgers have been sat in the fridge for about half an hour, so they're nice and chilled. The next thing we want to do is obviously cook them. So I've got a flat pan here, skillet, and I've just placed a little bit of olive oil on there. Get it up to heat, and then we want to start cooking the burgers. So over here I've just got a teaspoon of the MALAT American Hamburger Seasoning, just a little bit extra. So what I'm going to do is, as the burgers are cooking, just going to add a little bit more seasoning onto the burger. So we don't want to be too fierce with the heat. If this was on a barbecue, then we just want a low to medium heat to cook these burgers. So what will happen is this indentation that we've made with our thumb, as the burger starts to cook, it'll fill out a little bit and that will actually disappear. If we didn't do this, what could potentially happen is the burger would rise and it would end up like almost like a flying saucer style shape, which is not what we want. Okay, so the burger's cooking through nicely. Just a little bit of the MALAT American Hamburger Seasoning on the top. Turn that over. Just a little bit more on this side, and that's it. Okay, so that's a burger done. Served on a seeded brioche bun with some shredded iceberg lettuce and 2 slices of tomato. With just a little bit of mayo. Done. So there you go, really tasty beef burgers made with some very simple ingredients. As always, please subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, And again, as always, the best bit for me is always the tasting at the end. Not sure this is going to be pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. Thanks for watching.